NBA All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles, and amongst the three of us, two of us are in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm not going to say who is who here.
One in the middle.
Yeah, right, exactly. We are joined today, as always, by NBA Hall of Famer Ralph Sampson, and so excited, especially because it's All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles. We've got Mr. LA Basketball Hall of Famer Jamall Wilkes. Jamall, thank you for being here with Ralph and I.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy Ralph invited me, and I'm so excited to be here.
It's really cool. Obviously, it's very exciting. We're coming to you from the Homage pop-up shop in LA. A lot of people are here right now watching this. A lot going on All-Star Weekend. A lot. I mean, do you get a chance to enjoy All-Star Weekend, or is it just hectic? You're all over the place.
Well, it's hectic, first of all, but then there's some enjoyment because I get to see people who I loved and hated years ago.
Oh yeah.
That I don't see very often now, including some of my old teammates with Showtime and with the Warriors. But so yeah, it's fun that way, but it's very hectic too. Trying to meet all the obligations and please everyone.
Court. Now you were a 3-time NBA All-Star. What's some of your favorite All-Star memories when you were a player in the game?
Honestly, I was so tired.
Yeah.
That time of year, everybody's tired.
That time of year, I was grateful I got in the times I did, but I really couldn't. I'd have been just as happy.
Yeah.
A couple days of break.
Being on the beach somewhere.
Right. Ralph, we've asked Ralph your favorite All-Star game memories. I mean, Ralph was MVP of one of the All-Star games.
That's yeah.
Yeah. Was that your favorite All-Star game that you participated in?
I mean, I enjoyed all of them in different ways.
Yeah.
But like Jamall said, you lead in, and we had a couple days off before. They stopped on the Tuesday, so we got Wednesday, Thursday. You had to be there. Mm-hmm. Now they got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then they get a couple days off and they're back. But look forward to those days just to get one day of rest.
Yeah.
To sleep in.
Yeah.
Because we didn't. Back then we didn't have private planes and
we didn't. Yeah.
Chefs in the locker room and
that's right.
Man.
Things on the plane, eat and all that kind of stuff. You had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to take the plane.
That's right.
And so you were more wore out by this time of year than anything else.
Sure. What do you think about the guys now? I mean, they, by comparison, have it pretty good with the private planes and the chefs, but they often, they take the DNP rests. So you think these guys are complaining too much? They should be playing more? I mean, you played all the time.
Well, I sometimes wonder about their motivation or lack thereof because they do have all these extra things that we just said. And,
sure.
And yet they always seem to get hurt a lot, but then the DNP is often the coach's decision or management decision as well. But I think there's some just terrific young players today.
Who are some of your favorite players to watch? Guys that you would pay to watch, guys that maybe even young guys who aren't at the LeBron, Steph, Durant level, but that you're really excited about?
Well, being a former Golden State Warrior, it's mind-boggling how they play so effortlessly on defense, and so all those guys, Steph, KD, Draymond, Clay, Iguodala, the whole team, the coach, everybody, the owner, everybody.
Everybody's good at Oak Town. Everybody's good.
That's true.
The ball kids are even good.
The best ball boys in the business. I know, it's stacked. Yeah, exactly. Their ball boys could probably be playing on other NBA teams. It's insane. Now, you accomplished so much in your career, both at UCLA, winning 2 national championships, a 4-time NBA champion in the NBA with the Warriors and the Lakers. You're Rookie of the Year. When you look back on your playing career, what are you most proud of?
Wow, that's hard.
I know. Hey, we didn't say it'd be easy here. Ralph and I, we go deep.
Yeah, I know. Well, Rookie of the Year was huge because a lot of critics thought I couldn't survive in the NBA, and then not only winning but the award-winning championship, which was totally unexpected.
Yeah.
That was the only team I played on that we weren't expected to do anything. The rest, UCLA with the great John Wooden and Walton and Showtime, we had great players, great people, but you have to have great teammates.
Yeah.
You got to have great teammates. You got to have them. I mean, even like you were talking earlier, even LeBron and Jordan and Magic, you got a great team. So I'm really feel blessed that I played with the people I did, the coaches I did, and that I was able to contribute in a primetime way.
I got a chance to play with the Warriors a lot of part of my career.
Yeah.
Al Addles was there. The whole group was there. So he became one of my favorite people at the NBA. When you were in Oakland, and who were some of your favorite people that were around? I know you were around in that age where they wasn't expected to win, but you always look back and like it was something special there.
Yes.
But who were some of the people that were there with you that you still communed with or admired or helped you out in your rookie year?
Well, Al Addles, like you said, he was there, and he was. I was a little intimidated by Al. He's a very nice
voice.
man, but that deep voice. Oh man,
you hear him coming. He ain't but like 5'10", maybe.
Right.
Oh, you got that deep voice.
And then his reputation as a player, known as the Destroyer. So Al was intimidating for me my first year. Until I got to know him, but I still stay in touch with Rick Barry, Clifford Ray. I saw Charles Dudley last night, I think, and Joe Roberts, the assistant coach. He was great. We just really had just a great eclectic group.
Bunch of people.
Yeah, a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It was just great, and we just pulled together.
Wow.
Now, you mentioned All-Star Weekend. You see a lot of the players that you loved and some that you hated. Who was one guy that you did not like playing against? Maybe you liked him as a person, but it was just the hardest to defend, or you didn't like when they were defending you?
Well, one was Julius Erving. I loved him as a person.
Sure.
My family loved him, but I hated playing against him.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of guys. Everyone in the NBA is good at something.
At something.
Yeah.
At something.
You try to take that one thing away, but you can't really take it away every now and then. Right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, everybody's good. So every night's a challenge. But, Larry Bird, Iceman, George Gervin, man, he just drive me nuts.
He could score.
Finger roll.
That's
right.
And so, just so sweet. Locally, Marcus Johnson, Bernard King was another one that just wear you out.
Yeah. He came through Houston one time.
Yeah.
He had 50 in Dallas.
Yeah.
50 in San Antonio, and Houston was next. We ain't no way he gonna get 50 here.
Yeah.
And so we had Roddy McRae on him, and he's from New York as well. And Bernard he'd shake his shoulder and hair like that, and oh, watch out.
Wow. What he had? Do you remember what he got that night?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Not 50?
Like 27.
Oh well, okay, all right.
that's
So
good.
half.
Like 27.
Yeah, okay, half.
So
of
we
it.
got half of it.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. Now, you also got to play in college for the great John Wooden. I've heard so many stories about John Wooden. I mean, when you think of great coaches, he's probably the first person that comes to mind in the game of basketball, even in life. What are some words of wisdom that John imparted upon you, and really things that he taught you, whether about basketball or beyond?
Well, I was very, very blessed to not only play for him, but know him. I can't describe what it was like. I just really cannot because it sounds hokey.
Yeah.
And everybody's into branding, self-branding. He saw himself as a teacher first, and a coach second. He was, and that's hard to imagine because he won so much.
Yeah.
But as much as he won, he was a master of words. He was an English teacher, and he would say things like, "Be quick, but don't hurry."
Yeah.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Right.
Things work out best for those who make the best of the way things turn out. Just little things like that related on the basketball court at the time. I mean, we were young kids. We were 18, 19, 20 years old. We didn't care about that stuff.
Right.
No.
But
you heard it, but he kept pounding it.
At the start of every season, he would sit us down and show us how to put our socks and shoes on.
Oh, wow.
Serious.
Wow.
Serious.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Here's how you do it.
Even after you heard it once, you'd have to sit through it again.
Wow.
That was him. So these things would come back to you later in life, what he would say, and you'd apply them, and you'd go, wow, this guy really was incredible.
Wow.
He
That's
was
pretty
just,
special.
He was really special.
Well, you were part of the teams that won 88 consecutive games in college, too. Was that fun, or were you starting to just feel the pressure? We got to keep this thing alive.
Well, it helped to have Bill Walton, too.
Sure, of course.
He's a good piece of ass.
Yeah.
He's a good piece of ass.
Yeah, he's a good piece of ass.
Yeah.
But it was something because Coach Wooden led by example, so he never made a big deal of strength. Now, the alumni, the media, the fans, everybody made a big deal about it. We didn't talk about it that much till we lost to Notre Dame.
Right.
And then we were crushed. And we realized that it wasn't that we didn't think we could ever lose. It was that losing never entered our minds.
Yeah.
And his thing was, hey, He did all his work in practice. If you look in the mirror after the game and you know you did your best,
And you were good.
you were good. That's all I can ask.
Yeah.
But, so that led to, if you looked in the mirror and you knew you didn't do your best,
And you knew first.
you knew, exactly. So he
knew first.
and that was kind of how he did it. But it was incredible being on that streak, man. I mean, it was just,
That's
it
unbelievable.
was unbelievable
Yeah.
being part of it and knowing once we got past 61 and broke Russell's
Right, yeah.
and Casey Jones
Casey Jones,
streak,
yeah.
I mean, we knew we were doing something very special.
Right.
Sure.
And it was just a matter of how long could the role last. Unfortunately, it ended not only in Notre Dame, but it also ended at in Greensboro against NC State.
Yep.
So I know you've been asked wooden questions all your life.
Yes.
LA Lakers and that and other. So you do these things, show what a conversation, we build a camaraderie, Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
kids, whatever, over the last number of years. So the things that people don't ask you about Wooden, some of them might be inside story, but I was able to come here and win the Wooden Award twice.
Yes.
And get go to dinner with him, whatever. And the things you just alluded to, the words, the quotes, whatever. And on my wall in my office in Virginia, I have the pyramid.
Okay. Yeah.
And I watch it and I would look at it every day. So the pyramid of success.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit, because that top piece is very important.
It's very important, and he would go through that before
All of it.
every season. Yeah, and we didn't know what he was talking about,
Right,
of course, but we at least went. We at least heard
Yeah.
it.
Sure.
And we acted respectful because he's the man. But I tell you, Ralph, there would be once a year I would just get burned out. See, I'm from a small town. I wasn't. I'm LA now, but then I wasn't. I wasn't, and I was overwhelmed. I mean, the campus was as big as the town. It was huge.
Yeah.
And so I would go in and I'd go with the intent to say, thanks, coach, but I'm out of here.
Right.
And he would start reciting this poetry and just start going on and on and on and on. And I would just be mesmerized. I forgot why I went there.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, I forgot why I went there.
Right.
And I left there feeling renewed and refreshed. And so it was just remarkable. And I can't tell you, I met so many people, and I love the man. I met so many people who met him for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and they come up and they tell me how he changed their lives.
In
I
2
mean,
minutes.
it's just incredible. In
Wow.
the post office, or the
Yep.
grocery store, or wherever. And
Wow.
but he was a remarkable guy. And years later, as I got to know him, as a people, he was just funny. He's a funny man.
Yeah.
He had a great sense of humor. You wouldn't think so. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was always so dead
Sure,
and serious
sure.
on the
And
sideline.
the paper rolled up. in
Yes,
his
his
hand.
program rolled
Right.
up, yeah.
Well, sometimes you can be funnier that way when it's a little more unexpected, out of character. It takes you by
He was really
surprise.
funny, and
That's-
he was, and I mean this in a good way. He was quite a flirt.
Oh yeah.
He'd go to his favorite restaurant at breakfast, and the ladies be all over him.
I always wondered what
That's
was in
amazing.
that rolled up paper.
It was a cross. He had a cross, but
Really?
we never saw the cross. I learned that years later.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so he had the roller program, and then he
Yeah.
had the cross in the program.
gotcha.
And I don't know, I didn't ask him if the program was to hide the cross, but yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, in watching old footage of you and your playing day, you had a very unique shooting style. I mean, one that probably wouldn't be taught today. How did you develop your style of shooting? And clearly it worked, but did someone teach that to you, or did you come up with it?
No. Thank goodness it worked. But,
Right.
as a young boy, I was a tall kid for my age, and I was in a small town, so I was clearly one of the better young kids, and I started playing with older guys. So when I was 11, 12, I played with guys 18, 21 years old.
Wow.
And most kids start shooting a sidewinder or 8-foot hoop,
Bring it
Yeah.
and then graduate to a 9-foot
Yeah.
hoop, and then finally the 10-foot hoop, and then get your shot together.
Right.
Well, I was still on a 9-foot hoop, and they wanted to play on the 10-foot hoop, and my pride, I had to go play on the 10-foot basket. And so the first 6 months, they would just block my shot all the time. Beat me up, try and run me away.
Yeah.
Who's this kid thinking he can play with us?
Right.
And I stuck with it. So I developed it organically. I didn't know I was shooting any different.
Yeah.
Even through high school, my coaches never said anything to me about it.
Because it was working.
But the first week of practice, UCLA, Coach Wooden calls me over.
Yeah.
He says, "Keith, come here." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness."
What did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do? And everyone's saying, "What did he do?"
Yeah.
All the guys and people sitting in the audience. And so I said, okay. And he said, now I want you to, shoot around the world, around the keg.
Yeah, around the
I said,
horn.
yeah, coach, I know what that is. He said, okay. And I'm going to rebound for you. And I was stunned. I think he called an assistant coach, a ball boy, another teammate. And he said, you're going to rebound for me? I mean, I'm nobody. I'm just nobody. And so,
New kid on the block.
so I'm drilling it. You can imagine when they're looking. I made like 95%.
Yeah.
Then he calls me back over and he says, now, how did you shoot that? And I'm thinking, okay, So I said, okay, I do this, do that, do that, do this. He says, does the ball leave your fingertips? And I thought about it and I said, well, yeah, it leaves my finger. He said, does it have the good reverse spin? He rolls the ball out there and it comes back to him. I said, well, yeah, coach. He says, okay, you're dismissed.
Wow.
And then years later, we laughed about it.
Yeah.
And talked about it. He said, yeah, he thought about changing it, but my setup and my finish was textbook. He said, what happened in between? And as long as the ball went in, he was okay with it. And I really appreciate that about him because Ralph, as you know, and probably you too, Jason, some of these coaches will try and change you. And won't give you a chance. Adams gave me a chance to play opposite Rick Barry.
You think it's like a Steph Curry, they want to change his side?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's no way possible, right?
No way.
Right. I mean, if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely not broke.
Yeah.
No.
Well, so I want to know how you got the nickname Silk. Tell me about that too, because I got something I want to show you here. Look at this. Here it is, Silk himself. Boom. Yeah.
I got the nickname Silk. We were on the freshman team. We had freshmen back then.
And you couldn't play as freshman, right?
We couldn't play it. Not when I was there. And so all the freshmen, there were 6 of us. High school All-Americans with Bill Walton, Greg Lee, Gary Franklin.
Can you imagine you guys and Bill not playing as a freshman?
Yeah.
I mean, how much more could
how much talent was there too to have that option?
It's crazy, right?
It is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah. And so anyway, there was people used to come watch us practice. I mean, it was a big thing, and so there was a guy who was in the band. He had a big afro. He was like an engineering genius. And so I made a move in practice, and we were in the dorms having dinner afterward, and he came up to me and said, "Oh, Keith, that move you made, it was just silk." He just blurted it out, silk, smooth as silk. And Bill and Greg and the guy, they all heard it, and they got a big kick out of it. They started calling me that.
Oh, wow.
So next year, as a sophomore, Dick Enberg starts broadcasting our games, and he hears them call me that.
Yeah.
So he started calling me that on the air.
Wow.
And it was much better than my nickname in high school.
What was that?
Spider.
Spider. Okay, Silk is.
Long arm.
Yeah, right. Silk is smooth. I like that one. That's good.
I liked it too. Yeah.
Now there's a Spider, Donovan Mitchell, a little young guy. I think they call him Spider too.
Okay. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Maybe you stick with Silk. He got the second choice nickname there with Spider. We got something else to show you too. Now, a friend of mine gave me this. He has this. This is a jersey that you wore in a game, and he wanted me to show this to you because, I mean, look at this. I couldn't fit into this back then. Like, could you? This to me is tiny. You wore this in a game. This is unbelievable.
It shrunk a little bit over the years.
It might have shrunk. It might have shrunk. It might have shrunk.
Back we loved them tight, right?
We liked them, and I was much thinner than too. I was listed at 190, but on a good day I was 182.
There you go.
Right. Like, so me and Coop,
Coop for sure, like 160, right?
160, 165. Yeah, battling power forwards. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Jerseys are really good. I mean,
your jerseys were like that too. I mean,
they're small.
Yeah.
But we warmed out. I wore compression shorts underneath bike shorts.
Oh.
They didn't have compression shorts. I wore the cycling shorts under the pants because I wanted everything to be tight. Socks. We had Coop on as well. Like I wore 4 pair of socks. So I just wanted everything to be super tight.
Wow.
I couldn't play with loose. I couldn't play with baggy pants and stuff like that today.
Sure.
But I wanted to be tight because I wanted to be streamlined.
Well, the game has changed a lot from the style to the style of play as well. What do you think about the current NBA game, the way that it is today? It's much different from when you guys played.
Yeah, it is different, but I think it's still a good game. Yeah, it's a great game.
Absolutely.
I mean, the 3-point shot has evolved to be part of the really part of the offense rather than a desperation play. The big guys are more versatile now.
Yeah.
Although there have always been versatile guys. And Ralph, you were very versatile. Kareem with a sky hook.
Yeah.
I mean, he can make it 15. He could probably make a three-pointer with a sky hook.
Right.
I mean, no, seriously.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, and McAdoo, Gilmore.
Mac.
So we were very versatile then, but there has been the European influence to encourage more of the three-point shot.
Sure.
The big guys just weren't encouraged to be out on the three-point line.
If we shot it, we got reprimanded basically. Why you get underneath the basket, because that's where you should be getting rebounds and all that kind of stuff. Well,
and rightfully so, because they put so much pressure on the defense that it opened it out for the perimeter for guys like me to get open jump shots.
Yeah,
and you got to protect the basket in the rim and play block shots and all that kind of stuff. So I think the block shots, like Kevin Durant now, one of the leaders in block shots.
Yeah.
Because he's coming weak side. Everybody's going to the hole.
Right.
No big guys will block shots. Like
absolutely.
That again. They don't block shots. No. Yeah.
Well, now when you go to Laker games or Bruin games and you look up and you see number 52 hanging in the rafters, does that ever get old? Do you take time to reflect? What does that mean to you? What is that like? That's not an experience I'm going to have necessarily.
It meant more to my family, but I was just I never played the game to go in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I felt I was lucky, blessed. I got a scholarship. I made some pretty good money for the time. I thought I was doing pretty good, and I was happy with that.
Sure.
But to be recognized in the Hall of Fame, get the jerseys retired, I still pinch myself.
Yeah.
Coming from the outside looking in, I mean, my number at Virginia's retired, but when you up there at UCLA with the greatest of the greats, and Wooden, I think it's different. When you go in that arena with you, Kareem, Gervich, everybody, Walton.
Yeah.
Those are iconic guys that played the game and changed the game.
Yeah.
Bill, they couldn't even dunk the ball. They had to lay it in.
Sure.
So the game changed through the era. So when you go in there and look at that, if you go in, the area, I was there this morning, you go in there and look at all the trophies and the championships and the Wooden Museum. it's amazing to see.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, and I agree with you, because do you want to go somewhere where you stand out?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or do you want to be with other great players? And I think it does mean more, to be up there with these Kareem and Walton and Wilkes and Hazard, and with the Lakers, all those great people up there.
Of course.
I'm so flattered, but and my family's old enough to appreciate it. Like my kids are, and that's
cool.
That really even makes it mean so much more to me.
That's pretty great.
Well, I just learned recently that UCLA at one point in time until recently had the most championships of any university in the country across the board in NCAA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Stanford now have them by one.
By one?
By one.
Oh, so
UCLA
it's
won more championships across the board than any school in the country.
Wow. Well, you've clearly been a part of winning teams, organizations, universities. You won 4 championships in the NBA. Is one more special than another?
Well, they're kind of like children.
Yeah.
Your children are different, but you love them all. You love them all. But the one at Golden State may stand out because, like I said, we were expected to do anything.
Yeah.
And it was my first year in the NBA.
Yeah, wow.
And so it was really a mountain to climb for us. Whereas the others are very special too. But
sure.
We had such great players and great, backing coaches and management. And it was exciting and fun and hard because everyone wanted to beat us. But Golden State, might be on some days maybe a little special, and I say that because I'm in LA.
Right.
Quietly. Let's hear me out.
But they always said you come from college to win a championship your first year.
Right.
Magic did that. But no one knows that he did that in his first season as a rookie.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Not as many people know or realize that when you look back at it. I would imagine won the NCAA tournament, but coming in and winning the championship your rookie season and unexpected to win.
Unexpected. And even after we won it with the Warriors when I was there, it was like we didn't win it.
Right.
Yeah.
We shocked. We were shocked.
People didn't believe it.
Shocked.
Well, you mentioned Magic. Another thing, Game 6 of the 1980 NBA Finals, you had one of the great games of all time. 37 points, 10 rebounds. But Magic Johnson does get a lot of the credit because obviously Kareem didn't play in that game. He started at center.
Started center, played all 5 positions.
Which was incredible. I remember reading about that when I was a kid in books. But it's pretty safe to say that the Lakers would not have won that game without the performance that you had in that game and that series as well.
Yeah, but Magic was awesome. And I think what happened was the week before the voting for Rookie of the Year came out, which Larry Bird won, which was cool.
Yes.
But the numbers were it was embarrassing. It was just embarrassing. And so I think, Irvin may have had a little extra motivation, but he was phenomenal that night. I'm telling you, to be on the floor with him that night, I mean, he was everywhere. And it was kind of, we wanted to play with Kareem, our captain, our leader, our spiritual leader.
Sure.
But he couldn't play. So the flip side of it was, we got more shots. Hey, Ralph.
We got more shots.
Ralph, we didn't have to do this.
You had to dumb it down. Okay, give me the ball now.
Right.
But going in that game mentally, you knew that. So everybody, like our captain is done and gone, can't play. So everybody's got to amp the game up. Like, now I got an opportunity, right?
And that's what happened on the plane from LA to LA to Philly. We get on there all somber and nervous and scared, and then we start realizing what you just said. We woke up and we got really excited. And fortunately, and I think the Sixers maybe kind of underestimated us.
Took it for granted, maybe
without Kareem a little bit, and because they were a great team. They were a great team, great players, great organization. But Irvin was truly, truly. I mean, it was freaking incredible.
Yeah.
That started the whole Magic and that whole deal.
And that started all that. Plus, he worked to continue to improve his game. He worked every year very hard.
They always say he wasn't a great outside shooter.
He wasn't.
Okay, but he worked on it. Still, even an ugly shot. It wasn't over his head. It was kind of a push shot from outside, but he worked on it. He perfected it. All you got to do is hit 1 or 2.
And then he was great going to the bat. And then, of course, he could pass like crazy.
But I'll tell people, I can always, with Raul there, when we talk about the Lakers and Pat Riley's leadership.
Yes.
And the practices had to be crazy because Showtime wanted to run. And if you just ran, you got the ball.
Everybody practiced, first of all. There wasn't no taking time off unless you were truly hurt.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, Kareem would go through the motions.
Right.
But, and our practices were extremely competitive.
I can only imagine.
I mean, Coop and Norm and Magic and Byron, I mean, they were always arguing about something.
Give me the ball. Oh, be over here. You can only imagine. Oh, my gosh. That would be great.
But you mentioned Pat Riley, who was a great leader. Great motivator. He just had and I think what made it work for him too, the fact he's been an ex-player, not necessarily a star in the NBA, in college and high school, but he knew it, and he knew the guys and the top top guys think, and he took it and went to New York and Miami, and the rest is history. But they're just a brilliant.
Oh my God, basketball man! He's just a person as well. I mean,
and his wife.
Always
Chris.
admired coming and watching him, his style, his grace, his demeanor. It's just pretty special.
Well, you got to play for some great coaches and great people as well.
Well, that's what it takes. I mean, you got to have great coaching, and when I was 8 years old, I met my first high school coach. He was a great guy. And
that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
Right.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Coach and still living. That's good. Where it starts.
That's amazing.
Mine just passed.
What was it like for you going up against Jamall?
Again, I'm kid in candy store coming to LA. When you come to LA and you see all the hoopla and Jerry Buss and the front row with Jack Nicholson. So it's like, so you they tell you about that coming in, but you can't experience that. You can see it on television, Lakers, Celtics. As a young kid, you watch that and you now know you can get there playing in college. Like, I can't wait to play in LA. Can't wait to play tonight. And then you get there like, oh my gosh.
He told me he used to get invited to go to the Forum Club before games. That was the strategy they used for the opposing team. So it's kind of smart. Yeah, they were hanging out before the game.
Lakers had their strategy.
Right, yeah.
And the Celtics had their strategy. You go up there in the summertime in Boston, they got the heat on.
Oh, yeah, the heat's on. You go in the winter and
it's cold.
Yeah, that's right.
No heat. So everybody had their strategy, and little Utah had their strategy as well. Like the court was always there. I hate going to Utah, but LA was special to come. And even today, guys go to New York City, they know they got to produce a game in New York City. Because it's the media capital of the world. So if you produce a game up there, it's on the front page of every sports page.
Sure.
So they go there and want to do that.
And I found New York, they pull for the Knicks, obviously, but they appreciate good basketball. That's what my experience was. Yeah, so I always was excited about New York.
Love to go play
for that. Yeah, me too. I love playing Madison Square Garden.
No better showcase than that. Absolutely. Well, thanks, Jamall. Thanks, Ralph. This has been great. All-Star Weekend 2018, Los Angeles.